Hey, all of you city managers, county managers, deputy county managers, assistant city managers, all of you executive leaders from all across the state of Florida. Hi, Ian Hill here. What are you doing, Ian? Well, I'm just checking in, reminding you of the commitment. Remember, it was Pericles that said, if Athens would appear great to you, then consider that her glories were purchased by valiant men who understood their responsibility and acted on their duty. The point that I was trying to make in the time that we were together was, one, that you were important, that you touch every citizen from cradle to grave. Collectively, your staff, touch every citizen from cradle to grave. And that Plato was right when he said that there was no greater life lived than that committed to public service. You're important. I also was making the case that times have changed, and the leadership approaches you've used or the systems and processes that you've used in the past might not be what the times require. Drucker said that every couple hundred years in Western history, society rearranged itself, and the society the grandparents knew was completely different than the society the grandchildren know. Time of transformation, that's the time that we're in. So it might mean that some of the approaches that you've been using within the four walls of your organization and outside the four walls may not be as effective as they've been in the past. You heard a lot of experts tell you about all the things that they see on the horizon. It was great information. I sat through every dialogue as you did. And what did we come to find? We came to find that maybe the approaches that we're using may not be what the times require. The bottom line is, what are you going to do? Because that day and a half that we all spent together really doesn't make a hill of beans if we don't do something. Like that good old boy said, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So what are you going to change? You are a community builder. Your organization is the hub of community. Every one of your team members, staff members, are community builders. So what are you going to do to build the community within the four walls of your organization and in turn build the community? You're going to focus exclusively on the internal or the tangible infrastructure? Or are you going to remember what I talked about when I talked about the intangible infrastructure? That ultimately it is the intangible infrastructure that makes a community worth living in. Bottom line is this. What are you going to commit to doing? So in this email that T. Michael sent along to you, there's a little link. Now some of you have already emailed me your commitments. Kudos. But the rest of you, what will you commit to doing? Maybe it's something that you're going to commit to doing with your staff, your direct reports. Maybe it's something you're going to do for organizationally, the whole organization you're going to do. Or maybe it's something you're going to do out in the community. What will you commit to doing? 100 of the most influential people in the state of Florida committing to doing at least one thing and focusing on it for the next 30 days. By the 31st day, there'll be a better state of Florida. I thank you for all that you've done. I thank you for your years upon years upon years of service. I thank you for the sacrifices that you've made for the betterment of community. You truly are Periclean community builders. And it was a pleasure to meet all of you. Take care, everybody. I look forward to seeing your commitments. Have a great day.